All right, so you can start whenever you're ready then, John.
Okay, so welcome to the remote access meeting of the Village of New Paltz Planning Board for April 7th, 2020. We have a public hearing on our agenda, first of all, for PB 2001, which is 17 Cooper Street. We've received some public comments from the hearing by email. I don't know if the rest of the Dennis and Raquel, if you guys got a chance to look at those.
Yes,
Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to open up the floor to see has anyone called in or is at the WebEx for any statements they want to make for the public hearing for PB 2001. I see we've got another. Is that another call-in user?
Yeah. Dave Toder is on the line by phone.
Okay. Well, hearing nobody else. Sorry, go ahead.
Who's user 5?
Hello.
So is Bill Murray.
Why don't we just wait a second just to see if people are getting.
Yeah.
Sure, and just a formality, I don't know, did you do a motion to open the public hearing?
I'm sorry, I did not. So why don't I'll ask, in the meantime, I'll ask for a motion to open our public hearing on PB 2001.
Motion.
No motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And so having done that, I will now ask if anyone on our video conference or calling in is desiring to speak for the public hearing on PB 2001 17 Cooper Street. Anybody?
Call-in user 5, do we know who that is, or?
Is that me? I'm not sure.
Who's me?
Dave Toder, sorry.
Your name is there, Dave. I see you. So there's a call-in user 5 that has no name.
All right. And Noel has joined us as well, I see. Okay. All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I will ask if anyone's got public comments for the public hearing. We're ready to hear them. In the meantime, I just wanted to check in with the members of the board. There were some email responses we got to the call for input for the public hearing on PB 2001. There were 3 emails that I saw. Is that the universe, Alana?
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
The 3 emails, is that the extent of the responses we got for the public hearing?
That was all I got. I don't know if you want to summarize just like if they were in support or not. It's up to you.
My read of it
And the name, you could read them in if you want, just so that they're in the record. If they're not too long, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
About like a page each, or one with like a couple sentences or something like that.
Yeah, well, let me say this much. Did everyone get a chance to receive those? Raquel, Noel, Dennis?
Yes, I mean they
Yes,
all
I
seem
did.
to be in support of the project.
Okay, yeah. The summary of all 3 emails, as far as I could tell, was that they were all supportive of the project. They were all specifically pointing out their support for this project being built by and designed by these builders and owners and designers, and seem to be supportive of approval of the site plan. I didn't see any commentary that could be construed as in any way negative or cautionary. If anyone else saw something, please let me know.
John, could I just make one comment? I went over there twice, drove through the area, Cooper Street, Pine Street. It's a beautiful area. They have done a terrific job. And quite frankly, where the 17 Cooper Street is a big open area, and I'm sure that the completion of this house is going to do a lot to make it look a lot nicer than it does now. So I did take the time to go over and look at it, and I don't see any objections that I would have to the building that they want to put up.
Okay. Well, I want to double check before we close the public hearing whether or not anyone's got any information that anyone else wanted to have input at the public hearing beyond what we've got. Okay, hearing nothing, I'm going to ask.
I'm sorry, John, but just for the record, can you just put in the names and the dates of those emails?
Sure. Let me do that here. So let me just go back here to our. Here we go, and we've got emails here. Public comments. Here we go. So we've got the email that was received from Mr. Richard Eisenberg at Friday, March 27th, stating that Mr. Eisenberg lives on Taylor Street next to Cooper Street and is an advocate for the project. We have a comment submitted from David Shepler, who says he's also a resident of Cooper Street, 18 Cooper Street, because he couldn't provide greater support. And we also have, I'm sorry, that was, did I say the date? That was April 2nd, 2020. And third, we have an email from Martha Jenkins, Friday, April 3rd, and also saying that she lives on Taylor Street next to Cooper Street and is writing to express her support of the project. Okay, so unless anyone from the board or on the call has anything further, I'll ask for a motion to close our public hearing on PB 2001.
So motion.
Second.
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so let's close the public hearing there and move on to the remainder of our business. So we've got here we've got both the application. So why don't we just get this out of the way? The application for 2001, having had the public hearing. So Dennis, you obviously already said that you got a chance to look over there and are supportive. I've seen the area. I see no reason not to approve the site plan, the revised site plan that we were provided, especially given the supportive commentary from the immediate neighbors. If the applicant has anything else they want to add, or any questions, or if anyone on the board has any questions or anything they want to add, I'll just throw open the floor for us to consider this application and see if we're ready to take action on our resolution.
I went by as well, and I agree. I think that there's nothing but good things that could come from this project moving forward. So I'm ready to move forward if the other members are.
Any other commentary?
I'm also happy to move forward as well.
All right, great. So seeing that's the case, any concerns, questions, comments from the applicant before we move forward with our resolution?
No, thank you. Sounds good right here.
All right, fantastic. So we have a resolution that I'll proffer to the board. Whereas on or about January 13th, 2020, David Boulder of Boulder Architecture, PLLC, applied for a site plan approval for 17 Cooper Street to construct a single-family home on this vacant parcel. The project is in the R2 district and require our approval. There was an EAS submitted January 13th. On March 3rd, we determined that this application was administratively complete. We referred this to the Ulster County Planning Board, and since that referral has been returned with no action required. We also determined that this was a type 2 action under seeker. We have also determined that this application is subject to the rec fee. We had our public hearing today by video conference pursuant to the governor's executive order allowing such a meeting. And therefore, it would be hereby resolved by the Village of New Paltz Planning Board that the proposed site plan approval to construct a single-family home at 17 Cooper Street, as shown on the revised site plan dated February 24th, 2020, is hereby approved, subject to the following conditions: the village's right to enter on the property, first. Second, the payment of all fees and final site plan as submitted. And third, prior to the signing of the site plan, the applicant depositing the rec fee in lieu of setting aside parkland. Can I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Raquel, was that you who seconded?
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much for all of the hard work and for the revised plans and for bearing with us. And good luck moving forward. Hopefully, when things kind of calm down for everyone, you guys will be able to get underway.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Safe.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Great. Bye-bye.
Right. And then the other application before us is P 1926, which is 65 Huguenot Street. Is the applicant on the call?
Oh, can you hear me?
My name is Dina Dubois,
Yes, we can hear you.
and Tony Abbey is there too, I believe.
Okay.
That's the one asking if you could hear me.
We can hear you, Anthony.
So my understanding is that you folks got your variance from the ZBA on March 10th. And that what we would need to do is at this point, did we already, Alana, did we already make the determination of type 2 and that no referral was required?
I don't remember if we did it the first time they were in front of us before they went back to the ZBA. So you could always just do it. I don't see why you can't just make that determination again or just.
All right, so whether or not we did it before, I'll ask for a motion to determine or confirm our determination that this is a type 2 action under seeker and that no reference to the Ulster County Planning Board is required, and that we should therefore set a public hearing for April 21st.
Motion.
Comment on the public hearing date. We actually, my firm, if you wanted to use the WebEx, we have a conflict that night, so I wanted to see if you could do maybe another night that week. I don't know what everyone's schedule is. I know most people are, working remotely from home, so if we'd be able to maybe do another day that week, maybe the Thursday or the Monday.
The Wednesday is the village board meeting, so it probably shouldn't be the same night as that. And then all other meetings technically are canceled or they're not, being recorded because they were never public to begin with. So I don't see why it couldn't be the Thursday. I would just do I have enough time to notice the paper that we're rescheduling the meeting?
Yes. So actually, if would it be possible to do the Monday 20th? I don't know. Is that enough time to get the mailings out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the concern. I feel like it's time.
I think it's 10 days. You need to notify.
It has to be posted, and mailed within 10 days of so it's 1, 2.
I don't know if it's a conflict, but we could also use, Zoom. I don't know if it has to be the firm's account, but some of
I'm just not. I personally am not comfortable using Zoom because I've been reading some not great things about it, so I'm trying to avoid us using it if possible.
I would just jump in and say I have worked remotely for most of my career, and I would say that I hear you on the Zoom stuff, but they have changed a lot within the last days to make it much more secure. So, and I think it is actually much more user friendly. So just throwing that out there.
either way, I'm free. Let me check my schedule. I'll be.
Let me just ask this. I guess the question for the applicant, I guess I should have asked in the first place, is does the applicant want to go forward on the 20th or 21st or the 22nd or 23rd, given the need to provide the public hearing notice? Does that work for you, or do you want to put it off until the first meeting in May?
As soon as possible, it's fine that we could do it so that time to get Alana to get us the information we can send the letters to. Actually, the letters are only getting sent to HHS and Village. Those are only two people that need to be informed.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's not a lot of.
Okay.
when we did the public hearing for the zoning board, it was literally just like historic Huguenot Street, and, like one other person, I think. It wasn't.
The village of New Paltz and,
It was us, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
then why don't I suggest this? Do we have any other business scheduled for the 21st right now, Lana?
That would be the only thing on the agenda right now.
Okay. A suggestion would be for us to try to do the 21st by Zoom if we can, just because it's this limited issue. I'm not too concerned about and I can't do that. I can't do that Monday evening. Is the issue. So why don't we try to go ahead on the 21st? If between now and then there are, no, we can't. We have to make the determination now because the notices have to be sent out. Why don't I throw this open to the board? Alana, I hear your concerns, and I know New York City has banned the use of Zoom for the public school sessions. At the same time, I'm a little bit worried about not being able to do it otherwise that week. What's the rest of the board's thoughts on that? Dennis, Raquel?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
I'm sorry, the question is, I guess the question is, should we go ahead with a public hearing on the 21st by Zoom instead of this application that's being hosted by Rick and Ashley's firm? Notwithstanding the security concerns that are real about Zoom, and I understand they're being patched, or should we put it off to say Thursday, the 23rd, so that we can do it by the WebEx?
I mean,
Yeah, I would stick with staying with Rick and Ashley and do it the 23rd. I feel that, that we're not compromising anything.
Okay. I don't feel strongly one way or the other. So if hearing that from Dennis, I know Alana has concerns. Raquel and Noel, I don't know if you guys have an objection on the unavailable, but
if people feel strongly about it, then I'm fine with that.
okay.
Also do maybe one day the following week if that works better for.
I'd rather help the applicant and move it along as fast as we can. So if we could do Thursday, that's fine.
Okay. Well, does that work for everyone to do it Thursday evening, to move our meeting to Thursday evening?
Should be fine.
Fine with me.
Do you think we'd be able to have it earlier? Maybe at 6?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm putting a notice in the paper that we're scheduling it anyway, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'll work with you on as far as the notice and the language for that. But does that work with the board, John? Would that be?
That works for me. 6 o'clock is fine.
Yeah, that's fine with me, 6 o'clock.
I have a question. It would be a good idea for Dina to get some letters from both HHS and the other organization in advance, since they didn't respond last time. That held up the public hearing last time.
Well, I figured we would just use the letters they sent in for the zoning board. I assumed that would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dina doesn't have to get new letters or anything.
That's up to the board, yeah.
I don't want to. I'll ask the board. We have letters that came from HPC and HSS, the zoning board, about this same application. Correct, Alana? Okay. So, does anyone from the board feel the need to get new letters from those entities?
I don't see any reason.
Me neither.
Yeah.
The only reason I asked is I know they're not going to respond like last time.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they definitely.
Let's move it along then. So then, what I'll ask for is a motion to reschedule the board's April 21st meeting to April 23rd. We need to do that separately from our moving this public hearing to then.
You could do it all together. 23rd at 6 p.m. or I guess 2 separate motions. Maybe it's just.
Okay, so why don't I first ask for a motion to move the public hearing, to move the meeting of the Village Planning Board 21st to April 23rd, 2020.
No motion.
So motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Wait.
Aye.
You could say Dennis motion.
Okay, thank you, Cal.
Sorry, guys. Aye for me. Okay, we clear on that one?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'll ask for a motion to set the public hearing for this application, PB 1926, 65 Huguenot Street, to that rescheduled April 23rd, 2020 meeting at 6 p.m.
So motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, so we will talk to you.
This is Dina, and thank you for setting that next public hearing, but I'm going to sign off on the meeting now since that's what I joined it for.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Tony. Bye.
Okay, I think the only thing left on our agenda is approval of our meeting minutes from our March 3rd, 2020 meeting. Do I have such a motion?
So motion.
Second?
Second.
I could sign out, right?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. Thanks. Have a great day.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I think I heard that Bill was on at some point. I don't know if he's still on. I don't know if we have any updates from anyone else. But I don't think so. So unless anybody's got anything else, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So motion.
Second? In favor? Aye.
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 All right, guys. Thank you everyone
Good job,
so much.
Johnny.
Thank you.
And thank you, Seth, for setting everything up. Thanks everyone for making it and making this work. Nice to keep
Thanks a lot,
things going
Alana.
as much as we can.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Safe, you guys.
All right, guys, you too. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.